let's start. This is me, TwinklePhoenix, and welcome back to Flowey's Route. This video will be a bonus scene because it's come to my attention that there is actually another scene for Flowey that I actually wasn't aware of. So allow me first of all to give my reasoning for why, when it came to the Undyne fight, why I always face Undyne. You see, logically what I'm thinking is, Undyne is that type of monster that, one, she appreciates a person that's willing to face her head on. On top of that, there's a bunch of kids behind me. You know, they just spend the time standing up for me. I don't want to look like a coward in front of them, but my main reason why I was more adamant when it came to Flowey's route, and the reason why I didn't choose to run, is because I would have to turn my back on her. And I have Flowey on the back of me, and I've made this apparent several times when facing Tori. If I turn my back to an opponent, Flowey is getting the brunt force of it, not me. He technically will become the shield, and the thing is, he's a flammable flower. I kind of don't want him to get hurt, least of all in his route when my job is to protect him and myself. So let's find out what happens when we actually do run from her, because I never chose to do that because I honestly was thinking of Flowey. And of course the thing, you know, how the kids would react to it. You choose to flee. You do not want the children to see such violence. You cock your head to Undyne and tell her it would be best if the two of you moved away. Undyne twirls her spear around her sharp yellow gaze, focusing on you. Her lips curl into a sneer. What an irritation you are! Her only visible eye flickered to the children watching on. She scoffed. Alright, since you weren't a complete scumbag, I'll give you a head start. Run, human! Wait, was that a compliment? Was that a half insult? What do you mean a scumbag? It's not my fault the kids were like, oh my god, look, it's a giant drop, let's jump, whee! At least I never chose to let them be dumb. Kids, don't go jumping off things because your friends want to. Safety first above all else, because, trust me, anything can break your bones or kill you, given enough time. Anyway, let's carry on. I would definitely take that chance, Flowey whispers to you. Take the path on the right, it goes to Hotland. Yeah, but what about Flowey? Flowey's on the back of me. I hope that freaking bag is fireproof. You tell Undyne you don't want to fight, and so you will take her up on that offer. You run away. She laughs as you flee. Right! Flowey urges you as you sprint. That's right, you wimp. Run! Hey, I'm not a wimp. I chose this for many reasons. One, we don't want to, you know, let the kids see any more violence than is necessary. Two, the kids would have been in the line of fire, and I know from several times fighting you and your absolute ditzy spears, that you tend to go a little bit bananas when things get too frustrating. You throw a fit and then your spears go winky dinky woo all over the place and nearly hit the kids. I am being the responsible adult here. I'm actually using my brain. But at the same time, I'm not fully using my brain because Flowey is on the back of me, and you like to attack from below and from the back, and you aim for my head, my back, my legs, and probably my butt. Who knows? Either way, this is why I'm half traumatized by this one. You do not falter. Your legs move as fast as they can carry you as you run. You take a right as Flowey instructed, which again, thank God I have Flowey. Can you imagine if I just run and I didn't have Flowey with me? Like, seriously, where would I go? I just have to, like, randomly choose a direction and hope for the best that I don't fall and die, or that I don't go the wrong way and end up in a dead end. The flooring is uneven. The path you've travelled on has never been smooth, but as you were running, like, your very life depends on it, you find it unusually difficult to traverse. There are many little pebbles that you can feel under your boots. You kick them up as you run. Some of them are kicked with enough force they bounce off the ceiling above you. Also, we're dealing with waterfall area, right? And this specific area, when Undyne starts to chase you, if it's the area I think this is, if it indeed is the one, there's a lot of, like, spare puddles around the place. You could slip. And pebbles are going to cause you to have difficulty. You're going to trip up on something. A thought occurs to you as you run. If Undyne is attacking you from behind, it'll be Flowey who takes the brunt force of it. He's on your back after all. Yeah, and he's a flammable flower. No, you'll keep him safe. That's right, you told him so after all. He's been with you since you started this journey through Underfell. He's been your guide, and and stayed by your side through everything so far. He didn't have to come with you, yet he did. He doesn't have to guide you, and yet he does. He's your dear companion. Aww. You shrug the backpack off your shoulders as you continue on. Flowey lights out there. Huh? You move to place him in front of you, now carrying the backpack front-facing. You hug it close to you. Twinkle? Flowey whispers to you in disbelief on his face. Are you shielding me? You bump your nose against him. Aww. Oh my god, head pats? I don't think it'd be possible to head pat him. You trail Flowey to keep his head down. It'll be dangerous. Flowey tucks his head in the crook of your neck. Twinkle, please. And with your friend in your arms, you continue to flee from him, die. Please stay safe. You aren't alone in this. You have to stay alive. Not just for yourself, but for Flowey too. You are filled with determination, then something hits the back of your head and your vision goes black. You have died. Headshot! You cow! Okay, and die. I see how it is. You stumble for a second. Coming back is disorientating as usual. One moment you are nothing, limbless, blind and floating. Then you're suddenly forced back into everything with only your determination. You do not have the luxury to ponder the transition, however, because you have to duck now. You duck and a red spear whizzes over top of your head. It's quickly accompanied by several more. Again, I am a defenseless human. You are a monster that can summon an arsenal of freaking spears. How did humans win the freaking war against monsters when there's creatures like Undie existing? Hello, I call bullshit. And let's not forget Asgore's instant disintegration. Somebody is freaking lying, or they freaking just cheated. Did they attack the monsters when they were sleeping or something? Did they put them to sleep? Is that how they freaking won the war? Let's see. The spears are unrelenting, and more than once you hear a burning sensation tear across your limbs. You cannot stop though. You have to press on. Your heart is pounding. Your breath is uneven. Your chest feels tight. Your limbs are burning. Adrenaline pumps through you. You can keep going. You can do this. You can do this. You duck again at random. 3 more spears shoot over you. They embed themselves into the ground, the red lights distracting brightly. You have to maneuver around them. Left at the fork, says Flowey. You take a left when the tunnel splits. You can see a light ahead and you hear Undie's footsteps thundering behind you. She is gaining on you. You burst through the tunnel to a cavern of hot air. The air is dry and scorch your throat with each burn. There's a bridge! Oh god. The bridge is very similar to the one over the chasm in Snowden, although this one crosses lava. Up ahead and across the bridge you spot the pedestals and you can see the red crystals used to power it. Oh, a call back to Papyrus's bridge in Snowden. You continue your sprint across the bridge and Undie is close on your heels. The bridge creaks and shakes with each step. More and more spears zoom around you. You reach the end of the bridge as the spears slice through the red crystal on the pedestal. Dilapidating agony shoots through your right leg as spears gone through you. Ow! Your knee buckles under the intensity. You fall forward. You just barely catch on your elbow so you don't crush Flowey. Your head whips around and your eyes widen as Undie nears you. There are sparks of red coming off the bridge. Time slows, but she doesn't reach you. Blinding light shoots off from all the bridge, lightning and thunder cracking through the air as raw magic bursts through you. You flinch in the light, although it's only lasts a second. As soon as it's gone, you realize immediately the bridge is also gone. As for your pursuer, Undie is falling. She's falling into the lava. We can't let her die. She will die unless you save her. You do it without thought. You panic, lets you forget all the pain for a moment. You scramble forward. You reach out a hand and she grasps it in her own. You catch her before she completely tumbles. You're expecting a great weight, but to your surprise, she doesn't weigh that much. That is really surprising. What are you doing? Flowey asks you. Drop her. She'll kill you. She is shaking. You realize she's struggling to keep a grip on you. The attack from earlier electrocuted her. Ow. You aren't familiar with how magical electricity affects monsters, but you suppose there's some form of paralysis or slight seizure would make sense. It's up to you to pull her up. Twinkle, don't do this, you'll get killed! You pull her with all your might. If the drunk dog from earlier weighed the same as a bicycle, you estimate Undie was the same. Plus a basket. Let's not forget, plus an extra basket. It was curious how like monsters are. They don't have the traditional organs or even a consistent skeletal construction. But yeah, and then you've got like the skeletons who are just the skeletal structure. They're nothing but magic. Although she is not too heavy, it is still difficult. You only now notice how covered in scratches you are. Your skin throbs, your joints ache, and there's a constant pain in your right leg. Despite all, adrenaline determination gives you the strength to pull her up, which, all honestly, I would have done the same. Regardless of how much PTSD I have from Undie, I still love her as a character. I love when she becomes your friend. I love her personality. I love her relationship with Alphys. Like, I just love Undie. The thing that makes her terrifying also makes her wonderful, if I'm honest. This fierce ferocity to her and this just constant go after you, it adds to her character. She's got that fire that never burns out. And she's got such a passion in her. And then you've got like this sweet, tender side to her where you see her like with her anime, with Alphys. Flowey sighs as you do, and Undie lies on her side grimacing as she shakes. You suck in a gulp of air, your heart hammering in your chest. 1 beat, 2 beat, and Undie stops shaking. 3 beats, and Undie sits up. 4 beats. She looks at you, her expression difficult to read. Her only visible eye is narrowed and her lips are tugged down in a frown. Silence stretches between the two of you. She stands up and starts to walk away. "One day, human," she says. "Leave Underfell tomorrow, I will hunt you down." She crosses another bridge into Hotland, and you are left alone. "Twinkle, your leg!" Flowey frets. "Ah, that's right. You never have to be alone again, you know." You take a look at your right leg, in addition to numerous scratches covering your body. Now, there's a gaping gash in your right calf. It's oozing enough blood that you know if you don't get it patched up, soon you'll be in trouble. Flowey is frantically wrapping vines around the injury. "Sorry, this will hurt." He tightens it. The pain is so significant you feel you might throw up and pass out. You don't, somehow. Your vision darkens as oozily teetering. Although you are seating, you feel a desire to lay down. "If only I was stronger," whispers Flowey, staring at your leg. "I'm so sorry, Twinkle." That's not his fault at all. That whole situation was not his fault. It's okay. You can deal with this. It won't be comfortable to walk, but surely you can. Surely you can at least wobble or hop. You can hop. "Come on, Twinkle," says Flowey. "There's a laboratory in Hotland. I'm sure there's some healing supplies we can use." You lower your head to gently nuzzle against Flowey, and he sighs into you. "What am I gonna do with you?" "Yep, that sounds good." I'm delirious with pain at this point. That was a cute little extra interaction with Flowey and Flowey's route. I'm glad I went back to go and see that. I'm going to, of course, go ahead now and play through the friendship round. We'll see, like, do we still get that interaction with Flowey, or is that, like, specifically to his, like, romance route? So sorry, this actually wasn't in the thing. Again, I always face Undie because I feel like if I turn my back to her, Flowey could get hurt, or, you know, it would be worse. Because you can't always run away from the thing that scares you. So yeah, this was an extra bonus episode for the Flowey route. Right then, I will see you guys in the friendship route now.